Collaborations are one of my favorite features in Reedsy Studio. It allows you to add people to help you write the book. You can add people to help you edit the book, and you can have people export the book for you. It's a handy tool, especially if you have a bunch of people trying to help you get something published. Now, you don't necessarily need a collaborator, but it does come in handy if you have some trusted beta readers that'll highlight some stuff that you might want to take a look at and rewrite before you publish it. So how does collaboration work? Well, first of all, we start off with our book. We go to Manage. We go to the Access screen. And from here, we put the email addresses in of anybody we want to help us write the book. Of course, we have to hit the invite button. But the bottom line is that they'll get an email telling them to either sign in with their Reedsy account or create a whole free Reedsy Studio account, and then they can help you write the book. Now, for those people who don't have an account, or are using the free version, and you're using the paid version, they can still help you with the collaboration. In other words, they don't need a paid version to help somebody with a paid version write their book. Now, when somebody does accept the invite, above your book, you'll see a little icon, like I do all here for Shadows of Atlantic City. You see there's a people icon. That means that there's people connected to that book. So in this case, I had quite a few collaborators. That way you know what book has collaboration, which ones don't. Now, when everybody's online, everybody gets their own color. As the owner of the manuscript, yours is blue. And I think it's random when you have different people, because at one point I saw red, yellow, green, and orange, as well as mine, because I had a bunch of people on at the same time. So Reedsy will show you those colors on their little icons on the bottom left of the screen, and every chapter that somebody is reading will have a line that has their corresponding color. So for example, as you see on the left side of the prologue, I have a blue line. If there's somebody else logged in, let's say they had a red color, it would show up on whatever chapter they were on. That way you can always keep track of who's doing what. The best part is that Reedsy also keeps track of all the changes made by those collaborators and editors. So anytime anybody adds a comment or changes something in the text, the writing timeline will show it. And to access that is just the little clock here on the right, writing timeline. And as you can see, back in September of 2025, I had quite a bit of help. Well, all the way through July. And it shows you, you can actually go to the places where people left comments. So like Sam changed one of my chapters at some point, and it was a highlight. It was a comment that she made. So you can go back in time and restore to previous versions of your book at any point, regardless of who made any kind of changes. And or you can just hit exit and be done with looking at the past. Bottom line is that Reedsy will keep track of all the stuff that people help you with. That way, if somebody highlights an entire section and turns into a block quote, you know exactly who it was. Now, perhaps the best way to go about it is to have people leave comments and not actually change your manuscript. I don't know about you, but I hate it when people change my text in any capacity. I will do it. Let me do it. Highlight, comment. Maybe something doesn't look right, but then I have the final say as to whether it gets changed or not. And to do that, it's easy. All somebody has to do is highlight the piece of text that they have a problem with. They hit the comment button, and then they can write any kind of comment that they'd like. Does this make sense? And they can hit comment. And when they do, their icon will show up here, and then you know who is telling you or who is commenting on what. At this point, you can go ahead and either fix it, remove it completely, or you can leave them a reply, yes, with a question mark. They get a message, and then you can keep chatting back and forth. In fact, anybody who's on your collaboration list can contribute to this conversation. And when it's all done, you just hit the resolve button, and you're good to go. So it's relatively easy to have collaborators as long as they're not changing your stuff. Now, if you're writing with somebody, if you're writing a book with another writer, then yes, you guys are going to be writing back and forth. But in my case, I use a lot of beta readers on this kind of a platform so that they can highlight and leave comments to me. That way, if they don't know or if they misunderstand something, or if I messed up somewhere, they can point it out to me before I publish the book. That is one of the easiest ways to do it. Now, this is different than the sharing capacity that's in the manuscript itself. that will only provide a read-only form that nobody can comment on, but they can read the entire story. Problem with that, though, is if they only get through a half a chapter and decide to come back to it later and they reload the app on their mobile device or whatever, then they have to scroll all the way back down to where they were. The read-only aspect of Reedsy doesn't really work all that well for beta reading, and it just, well, I guess it could, but they have to make notes and write down and send you an email and whatnot. I like doing it this way because they can comment and I know exactly what they're looking for. Problem is that you also have to have a lot of trust in who you invite to collaborate with your book. That's because everybody else can also edit your stuff and they can delete all the text if they'd like. They can export your book, raising the possibility of someone stealing your manuscript. So you really have to trust who you have helping you in the collaboration aspect, because all kinds of hell can go wrong. But if you get a good list of people like I do, I trust every one of my beta readers and collaborators, and I have no problem with sharing my story with them. But that's all there is to it. The collaboration feature is pretty cut and dried. You can write, change, edit, comment. I love the comment feature on Reedsy. I leave comments to myself all the time, actually. So let's go over a few good practices of using the collaboration tool. First of all, like I said before, you want to trust who you invite, because all kinds of hell can go wrong. So just make sure that you are very trusting of the people you have coming in to work on your book. And if you're ever at any doubt, you can always go the extra mile and do contracts for collaborators for added security. So in the contract, just make sure that they know they can only comment, and it just kind of gives you a copyright layer. Just make sure that nobody tries to steal your stuff. There's all kinds of contracts you can find online as templates. So if you're inviting people you don't know that well, then that's probably not a bad idea. It just covers your ass. Something else you like to keep in mind is always download backups of your manuscript, especially if you have collaborators, because if someone messes something up to the point where it is unfixable, which is very difficult in Reedsy Studio, but the chances are never zero. Using a backup to restore everything is ideal, and you can back up into docx formats. You can export your book as an EPUB or as a print ready PDF. That way you have it. If you're using it for being able to copy stuff back, I would prefer the docx file, but you have those options available. Something else you might want to keep in mind is duplicate the manuscript before others help you write the book. That way, if you have a duplicate of the book and everybody's editing the duplicate, you can archive the original and save it as the first draft. Nobody's touched it. That's always safe. And then you guys have this duplicate of the book that you can edit to your heart's content, and you wind up printing from it or publishing from it. In fact, all of my books I've written in Reedsy Studio, I've archived the original first draft while creating the duplicate and using the duplicate to publish the book. That way it keeps everything safe. You don't have to worry about somebody deleting the entire story, and you have a timestamp of when you actually wrote it if it comes down to suing somebody for plagiarism. And if you're using beta readers like I do, make sure that everybody knows to allow commenting on text, but don't do any direct edits. Don't rewrite anything. There's a couple of people that I will have change words that are obviously misspelled, or if it's like blatant that it's supposed to be something else, that I don't mind. But make a comment if you're unsure, because there's times where I'll use word choices that are that have a double meaning to it, and so I need to go through and make sure that those are still there before anybody changes anything. So I would suggest making sure everybody knows, only comment on the story, don't change any text. That is, unless you are collaborating with another writer or an editor in this aspect, then obviously they're going to be able to write and edit. So that's how you handle collaborations in Reedsy Studio. It's cut and dried, pretty self-explanatory, and very easy to use. Just please make sure that you trust the people who are working with you on your manuscript, because they can create a hell of a mess for you. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. For more videos about self-publishing, blogging, freelance writing, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think it's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go edit this video. I'll see you next time.